Oh, you are getting a degree, you're white. Oh, you got this very nice job, you're white. Oh, you didn't put like some shiny thing on your car, like you have a decent dust, you know? Oh, it's white now. I'm a firm believer that racism is not actually racism, it's classism. Bro, black people experience racism more because black people are mostly broke. Brother, in this world and the economy that we live in, the moment black people start getting the bag, bro, not just some few celebrities here and there. I mean, like when you know for sure that black people are not broke people, when it's like in your brain, you would act differently. You would, no matter how you, because I would get into some spaces and the whole dynamic of things will just shift. If you get what I mean, just by the sheer fact that we have the purchasing power. And that's why it's like this the way it is, you know.
I think that statement of it's all about the money has a strong effect. I do believe that racism exists. But is it as predominant in today's world as it is? I think a lot of the things that we lump into racism is just classism from a white person. But it can also happen from a black person. It can happen from any other race as well. But it's more, there's racism, but it's like, let's say this is what we define. This is how big we think racism is in the world today. In actual reality, the hatred of, I just hate you because you are black, not because you are broke, not because I think you don't have money and other stuff. The prejudice is more, the prejudice of your skin color, it's probably just this way, and the rest like this is it's just, look, I'm classist, right? But we can also make the argument that is it easy to actually separate both?
It's not.
Exactly. The prejudice that defines the class is they just look at you, you're black, I don't even want to know if you have money or not.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I just assume you don't have money because you're black.
Exactly.
So it's probably still racism.
It is still.
It's a very complicated, exactly.
It is still, because something has to sort of be, like the prejudice, like you said, like, but that's why it's not just some few black people. It has to be known. Whether we like it or not, we have some conclusions and some facts in our head, like as, oh, this is fact, that is fact.
Biases. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you can call it biases, right? But if they are true,
they call it unconscious bias as well. They actually call it unconscious bias, but it can't be true. Any sort of generalization based on unconscious bias can't be true.
That's why I didn't use the word bias, right? Like, bro, they are facts, man, and they can also still be a part of racism. Yeah, I mean, some particular sort of group tend to do some sort of thing. From your experience, you make decisions, you make conclusions, and that's true for you. But it's not fact, like, just because it's about a race, but because something else happened before the race, then it made it about the race. Like the whole money thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Also. That this unconscious biases or these prejudices, they're not coming from thin air. Not all of them is coming from thin air.
Yeah,
I would say the one of, oh, white people are superior to black people, that's from thin air. There's absolutely nothing to prove this, because everyone has played their part in the human race. You can argue that, oh, the civilization that we have today is white, but there are civilizations in the past that contributed to the civilization today that was led by black people.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Chinese people. So
everyone like their timing.
Everyone played their part. But, maybe another prejudice of, oh, he has his trousers down, sagging or something, or he speaks a particular type of way.
Wow.
Then it's probably black, even though it's not fact that this is something that happens with every black person.
Exactly.
But majority, that's what you're saying. That and I think the only reason they call it unconscious bias is that the argument is that every time you engage a new individual, you have to give them a plain sheet, like a clean slate.
No, I don't think it could.
I mean, it's theoretically.
Yeah.
Theoretically, this is what is preached. But whether this can be applied 100% of the time in the right way, that everyone has a clean slate, it's not true. Right? In reality,
I agree with you.
This cannot
that's not entirely my point. Everything you said, that's for sure true. But now I'm adding another layer to this, right? So let me ask you, do you think there is any sort of difference between white and black people on any level?
Absolutely.
Because those are the things that because I believe for sure that a few things here and there that we can really, like, for example, the way you laugh. Like, we've discussed this before, right? Like, there's just a certain way, like, black people laugh that is different from, like, across any part of the world.
But I think those things happened, let me put it, it's not genetic, it's phenotypic. Those things happen because as a black person, you grew up around other black people and then you picked something like that. If you would put 10 white people growing up, it's like those boys that we see on TikTok now because they grew up in Nigeria and they just sound like you, they just laugh like you, and you see that it's not the genes within them, it's the community. I'm with you that you cannot fully separate and say let's just focus on skin color and genes. What makes you black is everything. Right? It's the community and how you represent that community as well. Because even for black people, they will find it weird if you have like the black skin color, but because you've grown up in a predominantly white community, you only have white friends and all that stuff, and you laugh like a white person, you talk like a white person. There's no way you can fake it and try to suddenly start laughing like a black person.
That's one of the most important points or like issues that people who predominantly live in the mixed community come across. Like this lady now, she's blowing up on Instagram, well articulated, like she speaks very well, like they are calling her Kevin Samuels of like our age now. And then she brings all this fact, right? She's Black American. And that's one of the things that I've also noticed, like is the rebellious act towards something decent that to some people, usually Black Americans, that feels to them like it's white. Oh, you are getting a degree, you're white. Oh, you got this very nice job, you're white. Oh, you didn't put like some shiny thing on your car, like you have a decent dust, you know? Oh, it's white now. You talk in a certain ways, you're not using all these words like derogatory words or like all these swear words. Oh, it's white now, he's talking white.
Do you know why? Do you know why that surprises me?
Why?
Because there's a huge community of white people in the US that don't have any of those things that we call decent now.
For sure.
And why are the black people not seeing that? That there are white people that are just also getting by. There are white people that have never been to a school. There are white people that don't speak like the other ones that they define as the whites. And there are black people that are, doing really well as well and stuff. Why don't they see that and stop attributing those things to a race and just say this is what we do in the modern society that we live in? I wonder.
From an outside point of view, I think it's easier to see rather than if you are in those, because you are mostly even more emotional than normal. Bro, this conversation, like I've had it with a few women, it ends there. This is a huge deal breaker, like for a Black American lady, like, oh, I'm just curious, like, why did this happen? Or like genuinely honest and just trying to understand the situation, no sort of judgment, or it triggers some things and they go into this defensive mode and it just doesn't really end well. So it's like when you are in it, you are much more emotional and less rational than if you are not participating, so to speak. You can analyze better. And it's true for human beings. Like you can ask the best advice about your relationship usually, but people don't tend to do that from someone close to you. And that same advice you gave someone, you are in it tomorrow and you feel confused as and you just told your friend like, yo, you get what I mean? You just gave this advice, totally. But this is not you. Your head just becomes clumsy all of a sudden.
Too much emotions clogging that analytical and decision making process, right?
Yeah.
If I would take anything from the conversation and throw it out as an advice, I wouldn't even say try to think differently. Just move out. Move to Europe. You don't have to move to Africa. You don't have to move to China. Go there now. You're an immigrant. You're trying to fix something. Move to the UK. I feel like it would change stuff.
People are going to come for us for this.
But I want to hear in the comment section. and I'm really curious. I want to hear in the comment section what people think, if they agree, if they disagree. Tell us what we are missing. Tell us what maybe, we should have included and many more like that.